years of technological achievements have made us what we are today. Jeep is the most award-winning brand of 4x4s of this millennium. So we're celebrating the next millennium with the Jeep Year-End Awards event, featuring a low $359 a month lease on the legendary Grand Cherokee Laredo, with the power and capability to drive you into the turns of the century and beyond. So get to the Jeep Year-End Awards event and see where a little recognition can take you. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Welcome back. It's already New Year's Day in a lot of the world. So far, no major problems with either terrorism or technology. But officials at the government's Y2K Command Center in Washington say tonight that it's way too early to declare victory. Jim Hatchett has the latest from the Command Center in Washington.
2000 begins with a bang in Australia, with a blessing at the Vatican, with a gong in Japan, with a song in China. And so far, not a single sour note from the world's computers and the world's terrorists.
That while we are encouraged by the positive reports thus far, we should all remember that we have many miles to go before we sleep.
No sleep yet, but certainly a sense of relief for the Russian and U.S. military officers working side by side to track both nations' nuclear missiles. The Russian government appears stable despite Boris Yeltsin's surprise resignation. And midnight has come and gone peacefully on the largest Russian missile field.
I'm happy to report that absolutely everything is proceeding normally. We've seen no aberrations at all.
Here, the big tests are still to come. Federal Aviation Administrator Jane Garvey is now on a cross-country flight to prove the skies are safe. In France and other countries where it is already next year, credit cards are working, ATMs are operating, babies are crying. This baby, the first girl born in the new year, at minutes after midnight in New Zealand. Now this is music for the millennium. And in what may be one more effort by the government to assure us that all will be well next year, tax forms hit many mailboxes today. 1999 may soon be history. 1040 is forever. Jim Hatchett, NBC News, Washington.
NBC's coverage of the millennium will continue after our newscast. At 11:35, Jay Leno will have a special 15-minute edition of The Tonight Show, and Tom Brokaw will have a special news report beginning at 11:50. He has a preview for us now.
A reminder, Katie Couric and I will be back at 11:50 right after Jay Leno's special Millennium monologue as we count down the final 10 minutes live from Times Square. The crowd estimated well in excess of 1 million. They're all waiting, many of them for 14 or 15 hours with their children, for the dropping of the Waterford crystal ball. That will come at the stroke of midnight. It will be triggered by an atomic clock in Colorado. They've tested and retested. They're assured everything will go well. Certainly it has gone well in Times Square tonight. No major incidents. The police report the crowd is extremely well behaved. So we'll see you then, 11:50 from 2 Times Square, the Renaissance Hotel. Happy New Year, everyone.
It looks like the Y2K situation is under control. New Year's Eve will be a festive and peaceful celebration of good cheer. Not at the Utica Memorial Auditorium. Bring in the new year with the Mohawk Valley Prowlers as they battle the BC Icemen. Best of all, it's Party Pack night. For $25, you get 4 tickets, sodas, popcorns, and a free video rental. Plus, you can register to win a $65,000 Fleetwood home. Don't spend your New Year's Eve playing with your computer. Check out the Mohawk Valley Prowlers, brought to you by these Y2K-ready sponsors and News Channel 2.
Start the new year right, where it's all at the mall, the Fusillo Auto Mall. Hey folks, I'm Tom Park, and we hope your holiday season was the best for you and your family. We're ready to get back to work here at the Auto Mall. You'll always find the best selection of brand new GMs, Fords, Chryslers, factory buybacks, and more, and they're always at the lowest price. And now you can check us out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at our website at Fusillo.com. Remember, nobody works harder to serve you better, and it's all at the mall, the Fusillo Auto Mall.
You've been wanting to move up to an Explorer? Let me tell you how to do it. Come to Don's Ford Superstore. Folks, we've got a great selection of the 2000 XLS Explorers in stock right now. And here's the incredible offer. You can buy one for just $22,997. That's an incredible price on a phenomenal vehicle. The 2000 Explorer. Come see them at the lowest prices in the Mohawk Valley at Don's.
You're gonna love it at Don's Ford Superstore. We're positive.
Route 12, Utica. We have some breaking news to tell you about tonight. The U.S. Customs officials have closed 2 bridges in northern New York. Those bridges lead into Canada. Now, it is in the area of Alexandria Bay. It's about 2 hours north of Watertown. The closing happened at about 10 p.m. tonight. We're told that traffic in both directions has been shut down. Now, we're also told reports from the scene that the officials are looking at a car they consider suspicious. A special Army unit from Fort Drum is on its way to the scene. We'll keep you up to date on this developing story as we get more information. And Matt, I understand you have something else.
This is pretty interesting. I mean, workers across the state are looking for any signs of Y2K trouble, so they're bringing in more money to ATM machines, bringing in some generators and things like that, full of water to stand by at hospital locations. And there are about 1.3 million people in upstate New York, 9 million people without customers, 12 in the Utica area. We figure they probably tripped their own breakers by accident, and they're calling NYMO. So don't worry. So far, things are pretty good.
Absolutely. The good news is there are very few Y2K glitches around the world, which is really something to talk about tonight.
Exactly.
And, of course, it isn't over yet, but that is good news. And as Tom Brokaw said, we would pray for more peace and more freedom in the world and more people voting for their own destinies as it is happening. From all of us at News Channel 2, we wish you a happy new year, and we will all see you in the next millennium. Good night, everybody.
Live from the NBC studios in Burbank, it's a special Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And we're counting down to the year 2000. And now, Jay Leno.
Nice to have you. You know, I haven't seen the news. Did the world end yet? What happened?
Not yet.
Well, folks, in exactly 25 minutes from now, that $4,000 Dell computer you got for Christmas officially becomes a paperweight, okay? Enjoy it. Play with the box. Oh, I did it later. When the balloons drop down, they can be used as condoms. Did we tell people all the balloons can be used as condoms?
Good to know.
And boy, there are these big millennium celebrations all around the world tonight. Of course, in Times Square at midnight, the ball will drop. We have a similar thing here in L.A. At exactly midnight, Andy Dick will drive a Buick into a light pole. So how about that? Yeah, pretty much. That'll be exciting. And there's a big millennium party over at Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion tonight.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Y2KY jelly party. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Yeah, Y2KY jelly party. Yeah. And of course, our old buddy Dick Clark ringing in the new year over at ABC. You know something? I like Dick. You know, he's a good friend of ours, but I never thought he was right for that. You know? I mean, shouldn't we have someone ringing in the new year who looks different as the years pass? You know, get somebody like Keith Richards, then you know, oh my God, 1,000 years has passed. Oh my God, what a rough 1,000 years. And how about this? In a move that shocked the world today, Boris Yeltsin resigned as Russia's president. But the good news for his support, you know, he'll show up at work tomorrow. You won't know what happened. What the hell are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? I guess he had a rough night last night, deciding whether to resign or not. We have footage of him arriving this morning to turn over power to the prime minister. He looked unsteady. Show that footage, right? This is right off the news today. Here he is pulling up in the limo. Ellen, can we show the car? Can we show the inside? Can you turn the camera? Look at that. Oh, my God. Rough night. Rough night for the Boris man. Yeah, rough night. Rough night for Boris. And President Clinton said he was sorry to see Yeltsin go. And George Bush said he was even sorry. As Bush said, I know the names of 2 world leaders. Now one is leaving. What am I going to do now? And I thought this was very nice. Did you see President Clinton on the news earlier tonight? He promised Hillary that he would remain faithful to her till the end of the millennium. Beautiful, beautiful. Lovely. You know, that's the other big story this year. Of course, Bill and Hillary staying together. People say, oh, they're going to split up. But see, they have kind of a secret, or she has a secret. It's interesting. People don't really notice why they're together. Show that tape from earlier this week. This is kind of interesting. Here they are coming off the plane. Ellen, go in close. I think you'll see the secret to their relationship. They see pretty much, there you see, yeah, it's kind of a, yeah. So apparently, so he doesn't get far. He doesn't get far. Yeah. And, ooh. An embarrassing incident tonight with Monica Lewinsky. Did you hear about this? No, I guess she was at some kind of party in New York, blew into a party favor. It landed in Iraq. What are the odds of that? That's a pair of lungs.
Big favor.
That's a big favor. Well, that's another big story. Now, Monica Lewinsky, you all know about this. She's doing these commercials for Jenny Craig, and the first commercial airing this Sunday right here on NBC. And you know why she decided to lose weight? This is interesting. You remember, I guess she went to one of the Oscar parties last year. That's when she started on the Jenny Craig. And I guess something happened at that party that made her realize, you know, I've got to take care of myself. Show that footage. Here, take a look. You see what I'm talking about? There's from the Oscars. See, she looks a little heavy there, okay? Now watch. Now, again, you be the judge. Here she is getting in the car. Now, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's, yeah, you see, yeah, just... And that's when you know, maybe you want to, take it easy. Are you still worried about Y2K? Yeah, it all looks like nothing. You know, I'm watching the news tonight, and this is true. I guess authorities at the Denver International Airport tonight were handing out flashlights to anyone coming into the airport. That'll calm people's nerves. Why don't you just give them a parachute when they get to the gate? Here, just in case there's a problem, go ahead. Just, here's your flashlight and your parachute. Goodbye, have a nice trip. Oh, and a reminder, oh my God, this is something the mayor has asked me to remind people. Right. Please do not fire your gun into the air at midnight, because there's a good chance Puff Daddy could return fire. So please, do not fire your gun into the air. Whatever you do, don't go shoot. Oh man, that's the big story this week, this altercation that Puff Daddy got in. You know about this, right? He was in a nightclub, and allegedly, according to the papers, what happened was, Puff Daddy's in this nightclub, and allegedly somebody threw a pile of money at Puff Daddy, and then he pulled a gun on the guy. The guy throws money, and then he pulls the gun. Right. Police think this could be the first dyslexic robbery in New York history. It could be the first dyslexic robbery in New York history. The first time, yeah. It's never happened before. And I guess Florida State getting ready for the big Sugar Bowl. Wasn't that the fourth? That's the fourth? I guess they're not going to have the whole team with them. The whole team's not going to go, because, you know, a lot of their players aren't allowed to cross state lines, you know, because they... Hey, anybody go on the Rose Parade tomorrow? You gonna do that? Yeah, that'd be great. Here's the tip again. I don't want to ruin anybody's fun, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. Organizers say if you're out at the Rose Parade, stay at least 500 yards away from the Islamic Jihad float, okay? Just keep, please, just in case. Just keep your distance. Say, oh, no, back away, back away. Be careful. Just, again, I don't want to, just a little safety tip. And I was watching the news earlier today, and they interviewed this guy. They had one of these kind of paranoid guys. And this guy took all his money out of the bank. He bought like a ton of canned food. He went into the woods. He's staying in a shack for 6 months. You know who it was? Mayor of Seattle. Yeah, Mayor of Seattle. I feel sorry for the folks in Seattle because of what happened. Our Seattle affiliate, I guess. Ellen, cut to the Seattle affiliate. See how their New Year's is going up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, not a whole lot happening. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. Yeah. Yeah, kind of sad. I guess you all heard about that. Seattle canceled the whole New Year's Eve celebration of the Space Needle. Canceled the whole thing. So, of course, today, Seattle Airport filled with terrorists who had to make last-minute plans. You know, where are we going to go now? Oh, my gosh, the thing was canceled. You know, your backup flight, you've got to go somewhere else. You got to get a hotel. Well, you got to admit, this terrorism thing is kind of frightening. Like, there was a news report that this guy, Osman bin Laden... Kev, you haven't been Laden in how long?
Oh.
Probably not, but I don't know, right? No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that was,
you know that guy?
You kind of snuck that one right in.
No.
Right
What do you think I said? Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's Osman, not Osman. He's not one of the Osmans. It's Donnie. It's Donnie Osman bin Laden. Osman, whatever, bin Laden, whatever his name is. Anyway, they say he has dispatched teams of terrorists to destinations all around the world to try and disrupt, you know, the New Year's Eve celebrations. I was thinking about that. You know, say what you want about being a terrorist, but at least they get to travel. You know, they see different parts of the world. You get to go to a lot of celebrations and parties. You know, so it opens you up a little bit. I think you grow as a person. Now, here's an interesting tip. Listen to this. According to Men's Health magazine, before you drink tonight, if you're going to drink heavy, eat a lot of bread and a lot of pasta. Because they say bread and pasta slows alcohol absorption and reduces hangover. The bad news, now you're drunk who's big and fat. Other than that.
That's not good.
That's not good. You don't want that. Now here's something. I don't know if they have it this year, but the past 2 years, Taco Bell has a New Year's special. Do you know about this? You buy 2 burritos.
2 burritos?
You buy 2 burritos, they give you a free noisemaker, which... I mean, it seems to me... Seems to me you're pretty much already there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, here's some happy news. Oh, this is good news. Thank God for this. The hijacking of that Air India flight ended today peacefully. I guess after 8 days, these people were stranded. These poor people stuck on a plane, held for 8 days right there at the airport. In fact, you know what they call it here when that happens? Northwest, okay? Oh, and here you go. Oh, here you go. I learned. Kev, I learned a valuable lesson today.
Oh,
a valuable lesson. Never try and put a Christmas tree down the garbage disposal. 4 hours. Oh, man.
Didn't work, huh?
No. Oh, kind of embarrassing thing last night. I'm watching TV, and I thought I was watching one of those blooper specials. Yeah, with Clippers highlights. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, let's see, what else before? Oh, we winding up? We have to move quickly. We have to move quickly. All right. Well, now here's something interesting. I was reading the tabloids, and they were talking about some of the new medical technology that you're going to see in the new millennium. This is interesting. I don't even understand how this works. Doctors say, as an alternative to the silicone and the saline breast implants, they now fill breast implants with liquid soap. Have you heard this? Because it's safer, liquid soap. In fact, some women have gotten it done already.
Really?
In fact, I saw someone talking about it. We'll show that footage on the news that was on earlier. Hey, folks, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll start the party. We'll go to Times Square. We'll drop the ball. We'll check in with Tom Roca. Don't go away!
As America's first choice in beer during the past century, Budweiser invites you to ring in the new millennium with the clean, crisp taste you've always enjoyed. We raise a toast to the new millennium. Tonight, as always, this Bud's for you.
Presenting the first ever full-length animated motion picture, exclusively in IMAX theaters. Walt Disney Pictures Fantasia 2000, the IMAX experience. 7 all-new journeys into the imagination, along with a classic favorite in a motion picture unlike any other. Walt Disney Pictures Fantasia 2000, the IMAX experience. Rated G, coming January 1st to selected IMAX theaters worldwide.
Who wants to win $1 million when you can win big money? 21 is coming Sunday, January 9th at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Thank you. No, please, let me. There you go. You're certainly on your way, son.
We have activity.
Verify account status.
His last payment was a half-day late.
Raise his rate.
Initiating interest rate increase, sir.
If you're late with a payment, some credit cards are happy to automatically raise your interest rates. But a Discover card? No, we don't do that. Remember, there's always something more to discover.
You've got plenty of good reasons to clean and disinfect your home. But if you're cleaning with the leading lemon cleaner, there are even more reasons to switch to Mr. Clean. He not only gives you the muscle to outclean the leading cleaner on tough jobs, but he also guarantees to kill household germs. They don't. Just check the label.
For a better cleaner, reach for Mr. Clean. The big guy cleans and disinfects, so put him on your team.
Nothing outcleans Mr. Clean. There's just no reason to use anything else.
Big time, big taste. It's a big time, the big taste. Epic D-O-N-A-L-E-S.
Right now, there's a big deal on McDonald's Cajun McChicken. Just 88 cents each. That's an all-white meat chicken breast with our special blend of lively Cajun spices, fresh lettuce, and mayo.
It's a big time, the big taste. Epic D-O-N-A-L-E-S.
Did somebody say McDonald's? Get a Cajun McChicken for 88 cents.
Now that's a dog.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
News Channel 2, where the news comes first.
It's Woodstock 2000. That's what this feels like. Right. Like the whole world is like Woodstock. But you know, there wasn't one incident anywhere, allegedly. Really? Maybe I'm being naive, but from what I've had news on nothing, everything went well. Cool. Right. So I want to just take a second to wish all of you a wonderful, happy New Year. It's so, I mean, we had all this YK, whatever it was, and nothing happened. So it's just wonderful. One day, everybody kind of gets together and has a good time and gets drunk and vomits on their shoes. So thank you. God bless you all. We're going to go now to Tom Brokaw and Katie Couric, check in with them, and then come back here for New Year's, and I'll kiss my wife, and we'll just have some champagne. We'll have fun. Katie, Tom?
Katie. Yes, Jay.
Tom. Hi, you guys.
Happy New Year.
Tom, happy New Year. Katie, you too.
Happy New Year. I don't know whether you've heard, Jay, or not, but GE just informed us they've developed a Y2K problem. If we don't do this right, our checks don't clear. So we've got to get on with the show here.
Really? There you go.
All right. We'll have a great party there in Burbank. We're going to get the New Year started here in New York, Jay. We'll be working our way to the West Coast.
Why would you go to Times Square when you have Burbank?
Next year we'll have to go to Burbank.
We're going to send them all out there. Well, here, Katie, even the mayor was impressed when he came up. We ought to turn around and just take a look and not just be reporters tonight, but savor the moment. This doesn't happen but once every 2,000 years or so, and you're in the middle of all the action. More than 1 million people down there, the dawning of a new age, a new 1,000 years, a new century, a new year. And we'll remember this night for a long time.
And I have to say, Tom, you get such a different perspective on the roof of the Renaissance Hotel than you do when you're basically at the same level of the crowd. It's just amazing. It's just wall-to-wall people, a sea of humanity. But one good thing about tonight is, as Jay mentioned, there have been very few, if any, incidents to speak of. So it sort of restores your faith in human nature.
Well, the other thing is, I think that the people are trying to tell us something. Everyone is talking about this being a jaded and cynical age of excess materialism, but they want to have a good time, and they want to be together. And people were turning down the big high-ticket items. They were determined to come here and celebrate together and behave. So I think there is something going on here that the politicians and those of us in the media will have to pay attention to as well.
And it's a lot of fun here, but certainly not particularly glamorous given the circumstances. As we know, Tom, and as we've mentioned throughout the evening, many people got here as early as 5 a.m. this morning to stake out positions so they could watch this Waterford crystal ball drop. Oh, hello. That's a little early, New Year's kiss.
We hope they knew each other before 5 this morning.
I know, so you never know. Although a lot of people are making new friends down there. They're in these pen areas, and
but once they make friends, they have nowhere to go.
Well, they've had not a lot to do other than to talk to their neighbors in these various sections. It's about 37 degrees, I understand. I told you earlier, Tom, that it was quite comfortable. I take that back. It's gotten downright chilly now. The wind's picked up. And there's Mayor Giuliani.
This is a big moment for the mayor, not just because it's gone well, but obviously it's important to the city of New York. They've spent a lot of money. They've spent 5 years getting ready for it. He has big political plans for the next year in his widely publicized race against Hillary Clinton for the United States Senate. So it was important for him, for all of this to go well, and so far it appears that it's going very well for him.
Well, this means great PR, obviously, for the city of New York. It could have meant disaster if things had gone awry. So there was a lot at stake here, not only for Mayor Giuliani, but for the entire city as well.
Well, New York is enjoying the greatest wave of prosperity any city has ever known because of what's going on in Wall Street, and that has a real trickle-down effect and ripple effect across this city. Times Square has been virtually rebuilt in the last 10 years or so with all the new theaters and the hotels. We're standing here at the Renaissance Hotel, which is a part of that. And so people will see this, and I think that they'll feel a lot better about coming to New York. And when they do, folks, bring lots of money because it still ain't cheap.
We're about 5 minutes until that crystal ball drops. Dr. Amy Hopkins pushes the button. I don't know if you heard her speak earlier, Tom. She's a surgeon with an organization called Doctors Without Borders. Every year for the last 4 years, a special citizen, or a hero, if you will, has been selected to do the honors, and she was a tad nervous.
They won the Nobel Peace Prize this year.
That's right.
And I've seen them in action around the world, and it really is a remarkable group. It began in France. They have a lot of American doctors who volunteer. They go into the hellholes of the world, and under fire and in the worst conditions, they save lives. And so that, too, is just the right way to end the 20th century, which has been through so much turmoil and so much pain. But still, it's a time of great triumph when you think about the space age, all the advances that we're making in medicine, the distribution of prosperity around the world, which is getting greater, needs to be even more than it is. Thanks, Mom. I'm out here with my sinuses going in the cold, and Katie's taking care of me, making sure that I don't.
I'm handing him tissues. We're about 4 minutes until the ball drops, and it's been so much fun, Tom, to watch all day long as every time zone has celebrated the beginning of the new millennium, of course, starting early this morning with New Zealand, followed by Sydney, Australia, among others, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Russia. It was so fun to see them celebrate and usher in the new millennium in Red Square. And of course, later on, Paris and London.
There'll be a lot of folks saying tomorrow, well, my city was better than your city. And people in Paris and London will be claiming probably the title, although I thought that Sydney certainly was a contender. The Olympics will be there next fall. And New York is yet to have its moment. There's a big deal in Washington, D.C. tonight as well. They're going to, we hope that they don't burn down the Washington Monument. They're going to send fireworks all the way over to the base of it. So there are a lot of spectaculars yet to come. There is Washington, D.C. South Beach in Florida has got a big show planned for tonight, and Copley Square in Boston. We've got a lot that we'll be showing you. We'll also be hearing right after midnight from Sting. He's going to have a song for a new day.
That's a new song he's written called Brand New Day, and obviously very appropriate for this occasion. There's that crystal ball with how many panels? Over 500 panels of Waterford crystal. And presiding over it all, once again, Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Boy, they look wide awake. We're approaching 2 minutes.
Do you think anyone is turning to their partner and saying, you know, we've been here long enough, let's go home? 2 minutes to go? Probably not.
Of course, as we've been mentioning, Tom, throughout the day, the folks gathered here at Times Square, they've been doing countdowns as various countries, various cities across the world commemorate this important moment. But obviously, we're just less than 2 minutes away from the countdown that for these people really counts.
Well, there are a lot of people in different places, and I have friends that are on a cold cabin on a cold stream up in Montana. Other people have black tie dinners, obviously. Lots of families are simply being reflective. Other families that are having progressive dinners, they're in their neighborhood going to one place for an appetizer, another place for an entree, another place for dessert, all getting together. Lots of ways to celebrate this new year, and of course, I think it is something that everyone will remember. Where were you when not just the century turned, but when the millennium ended? Katie, we've got 1:10 to go. Let's let the television cameras and Guy Pepper and his crew perform their magic. symbols of this immigrant nation are in play here tonight. The Statue of Liberty, place that welcomes so many people to these shores. The melting pot that you see here in Times Square. The celebration, all the symbols of prosperity in America, and then an expat in effect, somebody from Great Britain who's singing A Brand New Day, Sting. So we really do have the melding of all the cultures of America in Times Square, the beginning of a new millennium.
And for all these people who had been waiting hours and hours and hours, this was quite a show. And that was quite a show. Hello.
Well, I would think that they have that coming after all the hours that they've been out there waiting. And that's going on across the country. And of course, this is just the Eastern time zone. Worth reminding everyone that we still have Central, Mountain, and Pacific to get to before we can say truly in this country that we have entered the new century in the United States. But this is the kickoff. It is the granddaddy, and it certainly has lived up to that reputation.
That's right. Right now, all eyes are on the Big Apple, although Washington, D.C. had quite a huge celebration of fireworks as well. But I think really none compares to Sydney, Australia. 200,000 rockets fired at 8 o'clock this morning. Now you're looking at a shot of Miami, and those fireworks look pretty spectacular, too. I wonder how much money was spent in all on pyrotechnics this
Well, the
New Year's
mayor
Eve.
just talked about how much they spent on police, with millions and millions of dollars of police work, but he said they'll get it all back in additional business. And I think that there is this big competition among the urban areas now. Miami is obviously the capital of the northern part of the southern hemisphere. It is a big destination for people from South America. It is one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world between north and south. New York is the capital of the world these days with all that's going on here. Washington, D.C., the capital of this country, had its own celebration tonight, led by President and Mrs. Clinton at the mall, Lincoln Memorial. Boston, which is the old city in this country where the Pilgrims first arrived, they were celebrating. They're celebrating in Philadelphia. As we work our way across the country, you'll be seeing similar scenes on the Navy Pier in Chicago. In Los Angeles, they're lighting up the Hollywood sign. One of my favorite stories of the night so far, by the way, is in Berlin. Twins were born, one in one millennium, another in another millennium. They're millennia generations apart.
That's funny.
On either side of midnight.
And of course, babies all across the country will be celebrated. The first baby to
You wonder
form
what's going on
after
in
the New
hospitals
Year.
here in New York right now, don't you? I mean, in the labor room, husbands are saying, push, we still got a shot.
I think we actually interviewed someone on the Today Show who got pregnant and timed it so she could give birth to the first baby of the new millennium. Whether she has success or not remains to be seen, but that's called very careful family planning.
In the Silicon Valley, in one of the hospitals, they've developed a small portfolio, very small. 1 share of Yahoo stock and 5 shares of Silicon Graphics. It's worth about $500 today. Next week, it may be worth $500,000. Who knows? But that's a new wrinkle in parents who deliver the first child in the new year. Now, the practical side of me wonders, Katie, how long is it going to take all these people to leave here?
And the other question is, how long will they want to stay for? The police commissioner was, needless to say, very pleased, Howard Safer, but the night is still young, and it will take a while for the crowd to disperse. And many people may stick around Times Square for several hours, and even more merrymaking.
Since it's been alcohol-free all day long, some of them may want, at this point, to go have a cocktail.
And I think they should.
There's a small chance.
If they want to.
If they want.
But they shouldn't drive.
Now, I'll bet your New Year's and growing up in Virginia were just about like this, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Actually, we used to eat peanuts in our living room and watch Guy Lombardo. That was our idea of excitement. There we've got a shot of Boston. The fireworks still going on. People are sort of milling about a little bit more, kind of leaving their pens and heading elsewhere.
Yeah, it's the bottom of the ninth, and the home team hit a home run to win the game, and so it's been a great experience. But a lot of people are saying maybe if I can get to the parking lot earlier than everybody else.
People have to start getting accustomed to writing 2000 on their checks, and now the Roman numerals have changed. They're MM for the new millennium. About 100 years ago, this nation was enjoying great prosperity as well. And as you mentioned earlier today, Tom, when we were talking, people were very excited to see things ushered in like the automobile and electricity. President McKinley was in office, and really there were a lot of good times going on.
And no one, even 20 years ago, anticipated the internet. Think about how the pace of change now.
And the level of economic prosperity, perhaps, as well.
And we hope that more people will have even more opportunities, of course, in the 21st century to cash in on some of that prosperity. That's one of the real challenges before the country. Almost anything is possible these days. We'll be continuing to watch all of this. We'll have continuing coverage of Millennium 2000 here to Times Square, the Renaissance Hotel. Katie Couric and Tom Brokaw back in a moment.
Endurance, copy? Endurance, lead us into the new millennium, Endurance. Endurance, what have you done?
The champagne was not Corbel.
Corbel, official champagne of the Millennium Celebration.
Gene Shalit of the Today Show raves. Once in a while, a film comes along that makes going to the movies a joy. The Cider House Rules is one of those movies.
I was wondering if you could give me a ride.
It's just plain wonderful. I've reveled in every minute of this movie. See the film that America's top critics are hailing as one of the best films of this or any year. The Cider House Rules, rated PG-13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Oh, Mom, it's great. My first apartment. You should see it. It's huge.
When you've got things to talk about, it's a good idea to dial 10-10-321 first.
And I got a great view of the river.
With 10-10-321, you get 50% off calls over 10 minutes. That's just 8 cents a minute, day or night, and no monthly fees. And at 50% off, you can share every last detail.
And I even have a garden.
Talk as long as you want with 10-10-321.
Hello? What? Are you sure? Okay, we'll be right there.
What is it?
Minnie Blackwell's having a party. Let's roll.
Looking for a good time? The Civic from Honda.
Drescher Furniture's New Year's Day sale is so big we have to hurry in order to tell you about it. Don't miss out on Drescher Furniture's New Year's Day sale, Saturday from 11 till 4.
Start the new millennium right in an import from Fusillo's. Hi, I'm Tom Park here at Fusillo Import Auto Mall and Fusillo Mitsubishi on Outer Washington Street here in Watertown, where you can start this new year right and choose from 6 different import franchises, all conveniently located on Outer Washington Street in Watertown, and always at the lowest price with our volume selling. And don't forget our website at Fusillo.com. You can shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the privacy of your own home. We'll see you in the new year right here at Fusillo's.
just the tick of a clock, the stroke of midnight. It lasted for just a moment, literally no more than that. But for all of these people, it was worth the wait. But now many of them, Katie, are beginning to pour out of Times Square. Many of them have been here all day long. The celebration remains because the century will go on.
Ann Curry, our colleague, has been down with the crowd all evening long, and she probably can give us a good idea of what folks are doing now that the party is, well, almost over. Right, Ann?
Exactly. I'm at the position you were at earlier in the evening, Katie, and we can see people on both sides going up 46th Street, going in both directions, leaving the area. However, there are some people who are remaining, and there's still is a bit of a show. The strobe lights are still going. The music is still going. There are still people dancing in the aisles. You know, earlier, before the ball came down, there were riot police actually in riot gear all up and down, but they certainly were not needed because there was no surge that we could see from this vantage point. People just had a wonderful time watching this spectacular light show, watching the ball drop, and just feeling that sense that they're in a place at a time that will never come again in their lifetimes, and feeling as though they've been a part of it, Katie.
And you know, you can't really tell from behind you, but a lot of people have actually left the area, haven't they?
That's right. We saw them. In fact, if you wouldn't mind turning your camera in that direction, we have people moving. You can still see them moving in both directions. They're going up 46th and 47th, and they're all, this whole area that was filled with people is now really becoming much more empty.
All right.
They've been here for so long that in many cases their driver's license has expired. So they're going to have a hard time getting home. We're going to be back with more of all this. Thanks very much, Ann Curry. Your local news in just a few moments. We'll be back with Millennium 2000 Times Square.
Mom likes this.
Hey guys, what you up to?
Mom's got a bad headache, so we're taking her some ice cream.
Well, maybe I can help too. I'll be right there.
For headaches, doctors recommend Tylenol more than any other brand. It's the most trusted combination of strength and safety and pain relief today.
Don't forget the softball.
I knew the ice cream would help.
Tylenol. Take comfort in our strength.
Audiences all across America are raving about the most romantic film of the year.
Fantastic.
Great film for the holidays.
We loved it.
I thought I knew the king enough.
This is so much better.
Definitely.
Anna and the King, rated PG-13. Now playing only in theaters.
When it comes to traditional luxury, it's anything but more of the same. Introducing the all-new 2000 Bonneville. When supercharged, it's one of the world's most powerful sports sedans. More luxury. More attitude. The all-new 2000 Bonneville by Pontiac.
Victoria's Secret's annual bra sale is on now. For 1 week only, you'll save 25 to 50% on bras at Victoria's Secret. 25 to 50% off now during the bra sale. Only at Victoria's Secret, the best lingerie store in the world.
In the battle to prevent the gum disease gingivitis, floss goes a long way. Because floss removes plaque between teeth. But for many, that might not be enough. To kill the germs brushing and flossing may miss, use Listerine. Listerine is the one brand, the only brand, clinically proven to flow into the tiny spaces between teeth. To kill germs and help prevent the gum disease gingivitis. Stand up to gum disease. Get in here and fight. With Listerine, don't let a good mouth go bad.
Hey kids, join the WBU and Mohawk Valley Brawlers Super Sunday Kids Club. You get a special ID card. You get a free ticket with adult admission. You get a small soda. You get to sit in the VIP seating area. You get a 20% discount at the Mohawk Valley Brawlers Pro Shop. You get autograph sessions with players after the game. Plus, you can take part in the Mohawk Valley Brawlers coloring contest, where you could win great prizes. Just come to a Brawlers game and sign up. The WBU and Mohawk Valley Brawlers Super Sunday Kids Club.
Looking for a college education with a difference? At Utica College, we provide innovative programs that prepare you for today's careers.
We're a vital institution with vision.
A place to use your imagination, determination, and skills to achieve success.
Take advantage of the powerful combination of liberal arts and career studies.
And prepare for a lifetime of achievement.
Realize your potential. Utica College of Syracuse University.
The following is a News Channel 2 special. Countdown 2000, sponsored by Staffworks of Vitulo Enterprise, Tops, Carbone Pontiac, and News Channel 2.
In Verona. We are now 25 minutes into the year 2000, and so far things have been running pretty smoothly. Local officials are reporting no major problems at this hour. However, we do have one developing story to tell you about in northern New York. As we first told you on News Channel 2 at 11, 2 bridges that connect New York and Canada have been closed. It happened at around 10 p.m. tonight. The closure is in the Alexandria Bay Area, about 2 hours north of Utica. Sources say U.S. Customs officials are searching a car that they are considering suspicious at this hour. A special Army unit from Fort Drum has been called in to help investigate. Again, that is a suspicious car that they are investigating. Now, these bridges connect with the Wellesley Island and are the busiest bridges in North New York. We were going to show you a picture of where that was. I don't think we have that at this time. Of course, this is in the wake of the arrest of 2 suspected terrorists in Washington and Vermont. We're keeping an eye on the story for you, and we'll have the latest for you as it develops. Now, let me tell you about where I am right now. I'm in the Oneida Room at the Turning Stone Casino. Just 25 minutes ago, they welcomed in the new year. People were dancing. They had a big Jerome balloon drop, and we're going to show you video of that in just 1 second. We even had a proposal to tell you about tonight, just minutes after the balloon dropped, and they said that Happy New Year 2000, a man proposed to his wife. Here's video of the balloons dropping right now. People were singing, they were honking their little noise makers, the balloons were dropping and popping. It was a lot of noise here at the Turning Stone Casino. Very busy, people were happy, and like I said earlier, there was a proposal for the new millennium. That was right here at the Turning Stone Casino, where I still am, and we will have more in just a minute. Now, over in Oriskany, David Gaines is at the Oneida County Y2K Command Center. He joins us now with an update on what is going on in the county. David.
Thanks very much, Heather. Fresh into the new year here at the 911 call center in Oriskany. This is where all your 911 calls go, and basically it's set up as a command center for tonight's Y2K Millennium Bug Watch, which turned out to be fairly uneventful. Looking around the room here, you see many different officials. State Police trooper here in contact with State Police headquarters in Oneida, officials from the Department of Transportation, Bell Atlantic, and Niagara Mohawk all report that systems are operating as normal right now, which is certainly a good thing. This is something that we've seen as we've covered the Y2K bug around the world. You've been watching on NBC News's national coverage of it, that the Y2K bug, which has been much heralded, actually turned out to be arrived quite quietly, and that to the satisfaction of everyone who's been watching it. A little bit later on, Ralph Yannis is expected to stop by here at the command center just to confirm that everything's okay and brief us. Certainly Oneida County, through their website and through other efforts, has been on top of Y2K things, has done a very professional job throughout in keeping us updated, and we'll have one final comment from Ralph Yannis later as soon as he drops by. And basically the biggest Y2K excitement here is pretty much a shift change that's going on at the moment. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. We'll check in with you later. Heather?
Thank you, David, for that report. Well, a few minutes ago, we took our cameras down to North Utica to see if everything was still running as normal. Now, the traffic lights on Herkimer Road seem to be operating all right at this time. Also, the street lights are all on as well in the homes in the area. And there are some fireworks for you and lights on in the area. Now, again, to recap, the year 2000 is now here, and things are running A-OK. But U.S. officials are looking into a suspicious car found in northern New York near the Canada border. 2 bridges have been closed down while they investigate the situation. Coming up in one more hour, we will have more information on how the rest of New York is reacting to the year 2000, and we'll have more on the celebrations taking place here in Verona and across the region. And that's what we have here live from Turning Stone Casino. Again, we did have one proposal to ring in the new year 2000. I'm here in the Oneida Room in the Convention Center, and the band right now is on break, and we'll come back to you a little later on in the night.
Long ago, I could feel
century, we're in a new millennium. It's hard to believe. We've been preparing for this for so long, and then it comes and goes in just a stroke of a moment. But nonetheless, the reality is there. It's 2000,
And
the year of the aughts, or what are we going to call it?
Yeah, that's the big question, the big O's. Nobody's quite sure what we're going to refer this to. So it's a little confusing at this point in time. But meanwhile, watching high atop the Renaissance Hotel when the clock struck 12, it was really quite extraordinary and quite moving, wasn't it, Tom?
It was, and we watched the Waterford crystal ball come down with everyone else here. We thought we would just let you revisit that again. Here it is. That's what it was like here in New York about 30 minutes ago or so, and NBC's Ann Curry is down there waving goodbye to people, I guess.
Although there still seem to be a lot of folks behind you, right, Ann?
That's right, Katie and Tom. You know what, a lot of people have left on that side, but as you can see, there are some diehards who are still here. The 30 minutes after the ball dropped, the confetti is still coming down. People are still interested in partying. A lot of the families with children have gone home, and we're left now with a lot of young people who don't want this party to end. And among them are these three, well, brother and sister and friend. And you're from where?
Orlando.
And?
Miami.
And you're from Boston. And you came all this way to see this?
I wouldn't be anywhere else. It's the biggest thrill of my life, and I made so many new friends to carry on the next millennium. It's awesome.
In this crowd?
Oh, yeah. People are so nice. There's such a good energy about this crowd. Nothing bad at all.
And so was it worth it to come all the way?
Absolutely. We met two guys from Dallas that were out of this world. One fellow from Germany. Fabulous. Absolutely wonderful.
So how do you top that?
I don't know. It's pretty tough to beat.
All right, we're going to keep on walking. Have a great New Year, you guys. We've got some great policemen here. Men in blue have been out here all night. How are you guys doing?
All right, we're doing great.
How would you describe this crowd tonight?
It was a good crowd. Quiet. It wasn't quiet. A bit, it kept us alive, you know, it kept us awake. We didn't fall asleep. Very good crowd, best crowd yet.
How long do you think it's going to take for all these people to clear out of here?
It'll take a couple hours, at least 2 to 3 hours. But it's been very pleasant tonight.
What time did you get here today, and what time do you think you're going to be able to go?
Well, we started today at 6 in the evening. We'll be out of here, who knows, once we get it cleaned up.
You're going to be sleeping in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Officer Robles, thank you so much for talking to us. All right, Katie and Tom, back to you. It's a crazy scene still, and I think it's going to be several hours before we all clear out of here.
Well, I would stick around. Well, first of all, do you think that guy's from New York?
Yeah, I would think that he might be.
Second of all, we've got Frank Sinatra blaring through the speakers here.
So you tell me you are going to stick around with me until 3:30 this morning or not?
If they keep playing Frank, I'll think about it. You know, there was a huge party, obviously, here in Times Square, and it was so much it was great fun, rather, to be here. But also at the mall in Washington, D.C., there was another major shindig that was taking place when the clock struck 12. Let's take a look at the Washington Monument and the celebration there. so spectacular, Tom. As you know, I'm sure there has been scaffolding on the Washington Monument for several months now. It seems like years to me every time I go back to Washington. I see the scaffolding, but they obviously made the most of it. It looks spectacular, didn't it?
They had a big evening planned down there. Steven Spielberg made a film, and John Williams was conducting. And NBC's David Bloom, who is our own contribution to the cultural wealth of America, was watching it all, and he's going to give us kind of a recap now. David?
How'd you like that intro, David?
It's impressive, not nearly as impressive as the fireworks here, though. And of course, it was the scaffolding that made that all possible. Now, the revelry is still going on here tonight. Live will show you a picture now of these kids, these young adults, essentially diving and swimming into the reflecting pond here. The celebration is clearly still going on as far as they're concerned in terms of getting essentially freezing cold here in the water. But there's another big fireworks celebration still planned here tonight in about a half an hour or so, shortly before 1 a.m. Washington time. They've got barges in the Potomac River, and they're going to launch still more fireworks. So the party in Washington is still going on. The president, the first lady, daughter Chelsea, will be leaving shortly to go back to the White House, where they're going to host an all-night party, a breakfast tomorrow morning. So fortunately, peaceful here in Washington, D.C. A great deal of excitement tonight. This is, of course, the tape of what it looked like earlier at the stroke of midnight as the fuse was lit from the Lincoln Memorial, went across up those 550 feet to the top of the Washington Monument, and then the huge fireworks display. And as I say, another one in about 25 minutes or so here in Washington, D.C. as well. Tom, Katie, back to you.
David, I know that Washington was boasting that their fireworks display would be unparalleled, and I have to say, it looked pretty darn good.
It was, but I would have to say also, Katie, that in terms of the Sydney, Australia versus Washington, D.C. comparison, which we were talking about earlier, I would have to say that Sydney won this battle.
All right, David, that means that you probably will have your White House pass jerked tomorrow, and you'll find a new line of work.
Not a very politic answer, David Bloom.
Right, in Sydney. Well done, though. We like your objectivity. Thanks very much, NBC's David Bloom, who is there on the mall tonight, where they did put on a breathtakingly beautiful show using all the monuments that they have, the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. And next year, we hope that they'll be able to announce the World War II Memorial between those two, because they're getting ready to build that as well. You have a little news for us?
Well, you know, we were talking about the first baby born in the new millennium, and this just in. A baby is born in Connecticut 30 seconds after midnight. Maisha Latoya Walker was born at Hartford Hospital. She weighs 7 pounds, 13 ounces, and measures 21 inches. So Maisha Latoya Walker may be our big winner, and I'm starting not to be able to talk after being up for several hours.
It's also worth pointing out that her doctor was a woman, Dr. Katie Campbell.
That's right. As was her mother.
That's right. Isn't that encouraging?
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's one more trend that is changing. One of the big changes, of course, in the last 50 years in America has been the rise of American women, not just in this country, but around the world.
And
there was a woman who started the ball here tonight.
That's right. And I'm standing next to you.
And you're standing next to me.
Who'd have thunk it?
No, well, I would have thought. We'll be back after this.
He's about to bowl the perfect game.
Lowest score possible! That's like 1-800-CALL ATT for collect calls. You get the lowest rate possible every minute, everywhere with 1-800-CALL-ATT. Sweetie! I did it!
For their lowest rate every minute, everywhere, dial 1-800-CALL-ATT.
Hey guys, soup's on. Whoa! Oh,
Hey, where'd they go?
They'll be back. They can't live without us. Campbell's makes the world's first interactive snack, chicken noodle soup. It allows kids to use their hands, their mouths, and their imaginations. And Mom uses her noodle because Campbell's is packed with good, nourishing stuff.
Hey, your footsteps. Oh no, it's the mom!
Want to fill your kids with wholesome fun? We have a soup for that. Campbell's Chicken Noodle.
This is Unisom Sleep Gels. It helps you sleep. This is Tylenol PM. It helps you sleep too. They both have the exact same amount of the exact same sleep ingredient. But Tylenol PM has added medicine for headaches, backaches, even fever. Do you have a headache, backache, fever? Then why take medicine for it? Take Unisom. It's a safe, non-habit-forming way to fall fast asleep.
Every year I say, I'm gonna quit smoking. Day later, I'm at it again. Till this year. See this? My last piece of Nicorette gum. Been smoke-free with Nicorette now for 12 weeks. With Nicorette, I help control my cravings 2 ways. I used it on a regular schedule to help curb them, and then for unexpected cravings, I took another piece. And now, no more craving, no more nicotine. Happy New Year.
For a better quit date, you'll have to wait another 1,000 years. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
NBC Thursday.
Dresser Furniture's New Year's Day sale is so big, we have to hurry in order to tell you about it. Don't miss out on Dresser Furniture's New Year's Day sale, Saturday from 11 till 4.
Rome Ford Lincoln Mercury announces the biggest sale in their history. This week only, everything's on sale. Tauruses with all the toys are an unbeatable $79.95. With no down payment, you'll own one for an awesome $159 a month. And Rome gives you a microwave, VCR, or TV free. This week, loaded program escorts are just $8,800. With no down payment, own one for $169 a month. And get the TV, VCR, or microwave free. You'll even get a free gift with a test drive. This week only during the biggest sale in Rome Ford Lincoln Mercury's history. The big winner's gonna be you.
Back at Times Square, where just about 40 minutes ago, the giant Waterford crystal ball dropped, and there was the show that was truly spectacular in nature. And actually, if you can see behind me, it still looks as if there's a sea of people down there, but many people have left Times Square. Many people except our Ann Curry, who's still standing by. And they're going to have quite a cleanup job tomorrow
take
here,
a
aren't
look.
they?
Yes, Katie, you can see all around me. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere. Hi, guys. Some police officers going by right now, but all around here just filled with happy people on this New Year's Day as it's dawning now. But you're right. A lot of people are leaving, as you can see behind me. But the cleanup crews have arrived. I've seen them, and they have got a huge job to do, Katie.
Ann, thanks very much. Meanwhile, you know, while we were enjoying the celebrations here at Times Square and, of course, in the nation's capital and really all across the globe as time zone after time zone ushered in the new year, there were two concerns that people were worried about. That was a terrorist incident, and the other was the dreaded Y2K computer virus. Right now, NBC's Bob Hager is at Y2KCC. And Bob, you can explain what that is and how things are going.
Well, it's the Information Coordinating Center. We're actually getting quite a bit of hard information now, 45 minutes after the time change in the east, and we have no reports of problems already. Now, tick them off by industry. The electric power industry is represented back here. They've been by. They've heard from all their big power companies up and down the East Coast, and there's been no interruption of electric service. Then the FCC has a representative back here, and she has been by and told us that the cell phones are all working fine in the Eastern time zone. The landlines are working fine, so no telecommunications problems, no communication problems with satellites. Amtrak, they shut their trains down at midnight. 5 minutes after midnight, they shut them down at the stations on purpose. 5 minutes after midnight, they got back in operation, rolled those trains out of the station, all went perfectly. And in the air, too, there are no glitches even in the air traffic control in the Eastern time zone. So we have here a mirror image of what happened all around the rest of the globe today. Good news all the way around so far in terms of that Y2K bug.
Hey, Bob, a couple of quick questions. I mean, the officials must be delighted, but they spent a boatload of money ensuring that there wouldn't be a lot of disasters all across the globe, right?
$100 billion spent just here in the U.S. alone. And what they say is, well, was it all for nothing? Did they not have to do that? And then they say, no, that's just not the case, that we wouldn't have had a night like tonight if they hadn't spent that money. So that's what it was all about.
Is it true that we won't know about problems or some of the problems until the start of business Monday morning?
Yeah, I think a lot of these things, I mean, sometimes there are small problems down in. I think you get the big picture now is there are no big outages, anything like that. But the problems that might be down in the system, that'll take a couple of days, and they could come up later on, even leap year later on this year. So they'll have to be watching this for months to come. But I think we're over the huge hump. That's today's headline.
That's good news indeed. Okay, Bob Hager. Bob, thanks so much, and
Surely,
Happy
Katie.
New Year to
yes,
you, Bob.
Happy New Year to you.
Okay, one of the big questions, of course, was ATMs, whether they'd continue to function properly after the clock struck 12. NBC's Mike Jensen is at an ATM where he's, I think, going to try to get some money out, maybe for me, Mike.
If you want it, Katie, if you really need it. The crowds are beginning to come this way. I'm about 20 blocks north of you, and a lot of the people who were in Times Square have come by. And earlier in the day, when I was here, they all wanted to know, is there money in the machines? Now they want to know, are they working, and what about the date? So I just punched it in. I put my card in. I got my $20 bill out, and I just want to show you that we have a January 1st 00. So the Y2K glitch did not happen. Little round of applause for the crowd. Yes. People are very happy that we got through this Y2K. The other thing, Katie, is that we did show me the money. We did we did checks. We did checks all around the country during the day in 7 different cities, about every 3 hours, just to see if the ATMs were going to run out of money. Nobody reported to us that they had run out of money, and the reason for that is that the Federal Reserve just flooded the country with money, $200 billion in 117 vaults, and about $17 billion of that was extra money that went to the banks. They didn't need it, so now that's going to go into mulch and it will end up in landfill. But the good news is the money is there. The Y2K bug did not strike. You've got a 00 on the receipt. Katie.
All right, Mike Jensen, thanks very much, Mike. $20, don't spend it all in one place, okay? Meanwhile, NBC's Bob Bazell is at St. Vincent's Hospital here in New York, where I understand a little bambino was born right before midnight. Is that right, Bob?
That's right, Katie. My assignment was to bring you the first baby of the millennium. I'm sorry to report I failed, but I have a very good substitute. Here we have William Vera III, who was born just before midnight, one of the last babies of the last millennium. He probably has a very good shot of living on to the next millennium, given how healthcare is improving. And we'll widen out here to show you proud dad, William II. Are you disappointed you didn't have the first baby of the millennium?
Not really. Just happy that I have a bouncy baby boy, healthy and everything. That's all I'm happy about.
And Lou Concepcion, the nurse, how much did he weigh?
He weighed 7 pounds 2 ounces.
7 pounds 2 ounces. Look at him. He's very happily looking next to the sentry, even though he's not the first one. Okay.
He's adorable. Bob, you know, I know a lot of people were concerned about hospital records and the Y2K computer virus. Do you know anything about those?
Absolutely no problems at this hospital and none in any other hospitals that we've checked with. All across the country, it's the same story with the Y2K. They've had a lot of action in the emergency room here tonight. Drunks, heart attacks, normal kind of things you'd expect on New Year's Eve, but no problems from computer systems and no problems of out of the extraordinary for any kind whatsoever.
All right. Well, that's good news, too. Lots of good news all over the place. Bob Bazell, thank you, and Happy New Year, Bob. Meanwhile, Pat Dawson is at the bunker where they're monitoring New York City operations. What's the latest from there, Pat?
Katie, I'm afraid I'm going to be a disappointment to you after all the excitement with Mike and his $20 and Bob and the nearly first baby. I can only report to you that what has happened here is absolutely nothing, which is exactly what officials in New York City were looking for. This is the command center, the control center, if you will, for all of their systems. They have been monitoring everything across this city to make sure that it would be working, going up to the coming of the millennium, through the passing of 12 o'clock tonight, and everything is working. We have heard just recently from the Deputy Mayor of the City of New York, since Mayor Rudy Giuliani is up in your neck of the woods, and he told us that everything was fine. 911 is working, the EMS is working, fire is working, water is working. They don't seem to have any obvious computer problems with any of their other systems as of yet. Tomorrow they'll do a complete check, but obviously they were hoping for a very uneventful and maybe even tedious New Year's Eve. They got it, and that's exactly what they wanted. Everything's quiet, Katie.
Pat Dawson, this is really boring.
I'm sorry. I tried.
But
I did the best I could.
I guess in this case, boring is good. Pat, thank you so much. And we'll be back with much more of our Millennium coverage after these messages.
In the battle to prevent the gum disease gingivitis, floss goes a long way, because floss removes plaque between teeth. But for many, that might not be enough. To kill the germs brushing and flossing may miss, use Listerine. Listerine is the one brand, the only brand, clinically proven to flow into the tiny spaces between teeth, to kill germs and help prevent the gum disease gingivitis. Stand up to gum disease. Get in here and fight. With Listerine, don't let a good mouth go bad.
Now at Zales, you'll find exquisite diamond and platinum jewelry. Your choice, only $199. Here's to another 1,000 years of falling in love. At Zales stores or shop online at zales.com.
Critics are calling Anna and the King a spectacular epic. One magnificent journey, both romantic and thrilling. It's one of the best films of the decade. Anna and the King, rated PG-13. Now playing.
She's sweet and funny. And just look at her.
What's the catch?
Well, she's really into opera. And she loves chess. She speaks mostly Danish.
Sorry?
Danish.
Let's go to Danish.
Do you think Notre Dame has a website? Larry, focus.
Yeah, Jag Header Larry.
No, not like that.
O-P-E-R.
Go to Madam
Butterfly?
Yeah. Play a game of chess? Let's play a game. This is the most important case.
Hi.
Dallas Medai.
How about those Fighting Irish?
You're a Notre Dame fan?
Snap.com.
No matter how you measure success, Herkimer County Community College can get you there. HCCC offers more than 35 programs, such as forensic investigation, criminal justice, travel and tourism, occupational therapy, computer network technician, and radio and television broadcasting. You'll get a top-notch, affordable education taught by a caring, dedicated faculty. You can even take classes or get degrees studying entirely on the Internet with the Internet Academy. Register now for spring classes.
Looking for a college education with a difference? At Utica College, we provide innovative programs that prepare you for today's careers.
We're a vital institution with vision.
A place to use your imagination, determination, and skills to achieve success.
Take advantage of the powerful combination of liberal arts and career studies.
And prepare for a lifetime of achievement.
Realize your potential. Utica College of Syracuse University.
The following is a news...
Hey, we're well into a new century here in New York, but across the country, the clock is still ticking. We're moving in on the Central Time Zone now, just a few moments away from the stroke of midnight in cities like Chicago and New Orleans. And in New Orleans, NBC's Frederica Whitfield, a city that, well, they always know how to party down there, Frederica.
Well, Tom, it looks like the partying here is reaching its crescendo. We're only minutes away from the stroke of midnight here in the Central Time Zone. Here in Jackson Square on the edge of the French Quarter, we've been seeing and hearing from a medley of performers all night on this great stage behind me right here in Decatur Street. We're hearing from a big band, the Wendell Crescenda Trio. They have been joined out there by a big band, as well as some Mardi Gras Indians wearing their traditional feathers and beaded, handmade garb right out there. These folks here in this Crescent City are used to this kind of elaborate entertainment. They see it and hear it all the time. But tonight, a very special performance of sorts. In addition to the live performances here, in just a few minutes, we'll be seeing that the strobe light ball will be dropping along with a statue of Baby New Year, all in concert with a fireworks display over the Mississippi River, and then 500 pounds of confetti, all showered over the 100,000 revelers out here on Decatur Street in Jackson Square. That's it from New Orleans, now to Chicago, and Ann Thompson. Happy New Year, Ann.
Happy New Year, Frederica, and welcome to Chicago. We too are in the Central Time Zone, just minutes away from midnight and the largest fireworks show in the city's history, which we will bring to you live. Chicago is here at Navy Pier. We've got 70,000 people who have been getting ready all day to party. They've been cheering the countdown 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes to midnight. People here are going to watch the Ferris wheel where we will count down the last 10 seconds of 1999, and it should be a great party that we are more than happy to bring to you live, Tom. It's not quite as big as Times Square, but I can guarantee you that the spirit is every bit as high.
Thanks very much, NBC's Ann Thompson in Chicago tonight. A reminder, we're going all the way across the country. We'll be on the air when the stroke of midnight hits on the Pacific time zone as well. So there's still a lot to talk about, a lot to reflect on as we begin a new century, as we call a close to what has been called the American century, a time, at the end at least, of great prosperity and peace in most places in the world. And for that, we can all be very grateful. We'll be back with more on NBC, the Millennium of 2000 after this.
You are in the fight of your life. Just you against your smoking addiction, one-on-one. Trouble is, it's not a fair fight, and few people win it. But you can give yourself a fighting chance to win with Zyban. Zyban doesn't work for everyone. Zyban is part of a comprehensive program from your doctor to help you stop smoking. It's different from nicotine replacements. Zyban is the only prescription medicine that's nicotine-free, so you don't have to stop smoking all at once. As Zyban reduces your cravings, you feel like smoking less and less until you're ready to stop completely because you're ready to win. You should know there is a risk of seizure associated with Zyban. To reduce the risk, don't take Zyban if you have or have had a seizure or eating disorder, or if you take Wellbutrin. Don't take Zyban if you use an MAO inhibitor. Side effects may include dry mouth and difficulty sleeping. Ask your doctor if Zyban is right for you because it can help you quit smoking by making it a fight you can win. Zyban, you don't have to quit all at once.
This is great! At midnight, we'll eat our way into the new millennium with this gigundo party sub from Subway.
In an endo bacon on my section.
Eat your way into the new millennium with delicious 6-foot party subs and party platters from Subway.
4, 3, 2.
Oh well, 'tis always the next millennium.
Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Being a cashier, I know that people like her have other places they'd rather be, and other places to spend their money.
Our lifetime guarantee means you'll never pay twice for any covered repair. GM Good Wrench Service Plus. It's for life.
I was like her once. Guess I still am.
Drescher Furniture's New Year's Day sale is so big we have to hurry in order to tell you about it. Don't miss out on Drescher Furniture's New Year's Day sale, Saturday from 11 till 4.
Rome Ford Lincoln Mercury announces the biggest sale in their history. This week only, everything's on sale. Tauruses with all the toys are an unbeatable $79.95. With no down payment, you'll own one for an awesome $159 a month. And Rome gives you a microwave, VCR, or TV free. This week, loaded program escorts are just $8,800. With no down payment, own one for $169 a month. And get the TV, VCR, or microwave free. You'll even get a free gift with a test drive. This week only during the biggest sale in Rome Ford Lincoln Mercury's history. The big winner's gonna be you.
Happy New Year, happy millennium from the great city of Chicago. Central time zone now kicking in. It is midnight there, and the fireworks are beginning along Lakeshore Drive, Naval Pier. That great city in America's heartland always knows how to celebrate, whether it's Election Day or St. Patrick's Day, or in this case, beginning of a new era in America, the year 2000.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're hearing Ann Thompson do a little microphone check in the background. That's not a countdown to the new year. Things have already started there. Chicago all lit up for this occasion, and as Ann told us earlier, it was a unusually, unseasonably warm day in Chicago, so a lot of people were out on the Naval Pier. Let's go from there now to New Orleans, to Jackson Square, city that was claimed by General Jackson in the battle against the British shortly after the beginning of the 19th century. And it was Jackson Square that is named in honor of Andrew Jackson. And now let's go back to Washington. Live, unending supply of fireworks there tonight. A breathtakingly beautiful lighting up of the Washington Monument, and now what you see is behind the Lincoln Memorial, out on the Mall. NBC's David Bloom is in Washington. David?
A series of barges which are actually in the Potomac River behind the Lincoln Memorial. A truly spectacular, awe-inspiring 2,000 welcoming fireworks display here in Washington, D.C. to wrap up this 4-hour-long Millennium celebration, attended, as you well know, by the President and First Lady and daughter Chelsea. This celebration now coming to an end here in Washington, D.C., even as it kicks off in the central time zones across the country. Tom?
Thanks very much. NBC's David Bloom. David, the President made a small speech from there tonight. What did he have to say? As we look at Chicago.
He did, Tom. The President talked about how this is a time to usher in a new era. He invoked, appropriately enough, here at the Lincoln Memorial, the words of Abraham Lincoln, talking the great emancipator, talking about a new birth of freedom. He specifically said that the time has come in America to end this age of oppression, bigotry, poverty, that Americans need to make that part of their new millennium message. But obviously it was also a message of inspiration about what we can look forward to given this awesome prosperity that America finds itself in as we have the dawn of this new millennium. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's David Bloom. We'll see if politicians across the country, beginning with the President, can capitalize on this spirit of goodwill that seems to be pervasive tonight. Let's go to Chicago now, and NBC's Ann Thompson. We have her microphone up and running. Ann, where are you?
Tom, I am at Navy Pier, and I'm watching just a spectacular fireworks display here on the shores of Lake Michigan. Fireworks coming from 4 different locations here along the city's lakefront. One of them at Navy Pier. More than 15,000 shells going up in the air to ring in the new millennium. The 70,000 people here at Navy Pier, they are tooting horns, they are yelling Happy New Year, they are hugging and kissing and drinking champagne, and it is a spectacular sight. There you get a sense of some of the crowds here in the city of Chicago. As you said, it's an unusually warm night, the temperature hovering in the upper 30s, the wind not too bad, although coming off Lake Michigan, and when it does remind you that we are in the middle of winter. But this is a wonderful way to welcome in a new year and a new century here at Chicago's Navy Pier.
And Mayor Richie Daley had a party tonight in which he invited people from all over the world. And
He did. He invited a representative from each country and his or her companion, and they had people from 195 countries come to Chicago. There's a big dinner dance at McCormick Place hosted by the mayor, and those people from all over the world are mixing with Chicago, a city, as you know, there's a beautiful firework, rich with ethnic neighborhoods that have been the backbone and the pride of this city for many years.
Thank you very much, NBC's Ann Thompson from the city of Broad Shoulders tonight. Chicago, there on the shores of Lake Michigan. Here in New York, the cleanup is already underway in Times Square, and NBC's Ann Curry is down there tonight, as she has been all evening long. Not quite so many people behind you now, Ann.
That's right, because what's happening, Tom, is they're all being moved down to some pens further down, because this party, it turns out, is not over. David Parsons here is in charge of all the dancers. So what have you got coming up?
We're going to keep going. Chief Hale says we can keep partying. We're going to have a pageantry until 7:10 this morning. We're going to keep celebrating the time zones and the cultures, the music, the dance, the pageantry, until we finish.
So celebrating means you actually have more performances coming up this morning?
Every hour.
Who's coming?
Every hour we're going to celebrate another. Next is Canada. We're going to go through all the way to the west with the Lakota Sioux American Indian Dance Company, a Hawaiian company. When we hit Hawaii, we're going on. We're going on.
What time did you say you're going to end?
7:10 this morning. We're going to bring in the first dawn. We're going to have another just like when we opened. We're going to bring in the next sunrise of the new millennium.
All right, David Parsons, thank you so much for talking us
Stick
this
around.
morning. I'm going to keep asking Alan here to follow him here. Alan, show a shot of what's happening down here. A lot of people, I think, had Big Macs for dinner because there's a lot of McDonald's garbage, a lot of confetti. It's a big mess. We did see some cleanup crews, but you know, they're sporadic. They're just sort of moving around, so it's hard to sort of give you a picture of one, but when we find one, we'll let you know. But they are around, and they're just beginning. We can also point out to you that they're taking down this stage. It has been a centerpiece for a lot of the celebrations this evening. The work crews are right up there now. You see some cleanup going on up there. All right, now back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Ann Curry. By the way, there was a reasonably close call tonight in the vicinity of Times Square. New York City police spotted a man with handcuffs. They went to his vehicle with him and they found a loaded, unlicensed rifle in the car. He was someone from out of town. He was arrested on the spot. Nothing happened. That was the most serious incident tonight. It was in a parking garage not too far from Times Square. And we've had another one of those curious developments out in Indianapolis. Twins were born at Methodist Hospital. A boy just before midnight. He'll always be a member of the 20th century. And a girl just after. She'll always be a member of the 21st century. So they'll have some interesting discussions about superiority, as boys and girls always do, and twins born on either side of the timeline. And that's going on across the country tonight as well. Every community trying to determine which is the first baby to come in there. We do think that maybe the first baby of the millennium was born today in New Zealand. That's the first recording that we've had of all of that. And here in New York, not too far north of where I'm sitting, is one of the great new attractions one of the best of the oldest attractions. There's something called the Rose Earth Center and the new Hayden Planetarium at the Museum of Natural History, which was founded by Theodore Roosevelt. Tonight they had a glittering black tie party there, and I'm going to tick them off from right to left as you look at your screen. Mike Novacek is one of the leading paleontologists in the world. Anna Quindlen is in the middle, who is a well-known novelist and writer for Newsweek magazine, formerly the New York Times Pulitzer Prize winner. And Neil Tyson is one of the foremost astronomers in the world, a man who has been looking out into the galaxies and finding the secrets of life. Let's begin with you, Mike. You look at the past. Do you think that we'll find more and more about our past in the coming century?
Oh, absolutely. And the opening of the Rose Center is symbolic of that, because when you think about it, Tom, the collision of the asteroid with the planet Earth and the extinction of dinosaurs brings our past and universe and our future full circle. And I think technology is going to bring all these fields together.
Neil Tyson, are we going to get to Mars? My mother said to me the other day, she's 82, I want to live long enough to find out what's on Mars, and they keep goofing up. Are we going to get there before too long?
I'm not as convinced as others that it's in our immediate future, but it's something to dream for.
And in the meantime, we're sending robots, which scientifically is just fine by me. I might add, by the way, that right now we're standing at the base of a timeline where 100 yards of time has been mapped into 13 billion years of cosmic history. And my colleague Mike Novacek referred to the extinction of the dinosaurs. That happened 2 feet up this 100-yard long ramp.
I'm sorry to be so recent.
And Anna Quinlan, you find yourself standing between these two preeminent scientists. We had you on Nightly News recently talking about what you thought were the most striking developments of the second half of the 20th century, and you talk about the place of women. The Museum of Natural History is now run by a woman, Ellen Futter. You think that we're going to see more and more women in these traditional places that have been reserved for men in the past, especially in the sciences?
Oh, yes, I do. Thanks for not asking me a science question, by the way, Tom. But if all women could manage to see how brilliantly Ellen Futter has performed as president of this museum and how much she's taken on with this fabulous planetarium, I think it would be an inspiration for all of us. I know at dinner tonight here at the museum, my 11-year-old daughter had the opportunity to speak to one of the American astronauts, Katie Coleman, a woman who went into space. And that just was an incredible inspiration to her. And I don't think there's any doubt that this museum is going to chart the increased incidence of women in the sciences and in leadership roles in all kinds of ways.
Isn't it remarkable, though, Mike, the way the past and the present and the future all come together at the museum?
Yeah, we're very proud of that, and Ellen's leadership has brought that thing together. It's an extraordinary time for science, an extraordinary time for museums like this, an extraordinary time to learn not only about the universe and the edges of our existence, but to turn inward and look at our planet and its future and the care for its organisms and the care for ourselves and our genes and our metabolism and the workings of our body. And technology brings that together. It's, as one of my colleagues says, a great time to be alive.
Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, I don't know any time it's good to be dead. So I never really understood.
Especially not tonight.
But I want to put an accent on Mike's comment. Yes, the museum brings the past, present, and future together, but it's not simply stapled together. It's actually seamlessly blended, so that a visitor can sample any part of all of the history of time through human cultures, right on in to imagine what the future will be like as we move forward, conquering our understanding of the universe. So
that's worth a rainy afternoon.
All right, I'm going to, Anna Quinlan, we're going to go to a commercial. I'm going to let you go away and ponder the question of what is the chemical element for gold? I mean, what is that? You remember?
I have no idea.
AU.
Oh, wait, it's AU, Tom.
Thank you all very much.
For my friends.
Michael Novacek, Anna Quinlan, and Neil Tyson talking about the past and the present and the future as they all come together at the Museum of Natural History. We'll be back after this.
This is for those ready to hit the road.
Hit the road. This is for a tough world.
This is for those looking for a solid experience.
This is excitement. Well built.
This is for right now. Right now.
Hit the road for Pontiac driving excitement and lease a Grand Am SE for as low as $209 a month for 36 months. Call for important lease details.
This is for me.
For me. For me.
Hit the road for Pontiac driving excitement.
This is for me.
Victoria's Secret's annual bra sale is on now. For 1 week only, you'll save 25 to 50% on bras at Victoria's Secret. 25 to 50% off now during the bra sale. Only at Victoria's Secret, the best lingerie store in the world.
I had a wake-up call. I was really overweight, unhealthy. I wanted a good life, and I needed a healthy way to get there. I lost over 50 pounds on the Slim Fast plan.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like I have a new lease on life. I'll drink a shake, at least once a day. My energy level right now, on a scale from 1 to 10, it's an 11.
Slim Fast. It's got your vitamins, minerals, it's got your calcium, the nutrients that you need.
It's been a great ride.
Slim Fast every day. Get healthy.
Don't wait another day. Do it now.
Now at Zales, you'll find exquisite diamond and platinum jewelry. Your choice, only $199. Here's to another 1,000 years of falling in love. At Zales stores or shop online at zales.com.
Dear fastidious consumer, I'm Kleenex Cottonelle toilet paper, and you're doing quite a job on clean. Clean towels, clean socks, clean... Well, since we're in my department, you should know I'm the only toilet paper with ripples, specially designed to leave you feeling fresh, dry, and confidently clean. Not to mention keeping your whites their whitest. Kleenex Cottonelle. When you think of clean, think of me.
Looking for a college education with a difference? At Utica College, we provide innovative programs that prepare you for today's careers.
We're a vital institution with vision.
A place to use your imagination, determination, and skills to achieve success.
Take advantage of the powerful combination of liberal arts and career studies.
And prepare for a lifetime of achievement.
Realize your potential. Utica College of Syracuse University.
It looks like the Y2K situation is under control. New Year's Eve will be a festive and peaceful celebration of good cheer. Not at the Utica Memorial Auditorium. Bring in the new year with the Mohawk Valley Prowlers as they battle the BC Icemen. Best of all, it's party pack night. For $25, you get 4 tickets, sodas, popcorns, and a free video rental. Plus, you can register to win a $65,000 Fleetwood home. Don't spend your New Year's Eve playing with your computer. Check out the Mohawk Valley Prowlers. Brought to you by these Y2K Ready sponsors and News Channel 2.
City that never sleeps, one of the biggest stars of the 20th century and making transition into the 21st century tonight. Barbra Streisand, well-advertised concert for big numbers out in Las Vegas, but here now, some of Barbra Streisand's concert in Las Vegas tonight.
Like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were.
Barbra Streisand tonight at the MGM Grand and in Las Vegas as well. A man who gets there on assignment and for pure recreation from time to time. NBC's Fred Francis there with the new mayor of the city of Las Vegas. Don't hold your hand up to me, Fred. Go ahead.
We do enjoy ourselves here in Las Vegas, and I am with Mayor Oscar Goodman. And, you know, while Barbra Streisand was sold out tonight, she's not sold out tomorrow night, and some of these rooms are not sold out. What happened here?
Well, nothing really happened. The only problem was the prices were a little too high for, for people's blood, but the folks around here are smart enough to have lowered the prices, and now we're going to have a full house here tonight.
Mr. Mayor lowered the prices. The Bellagio tonight, a standard room is still $2,000.
$2,000? That's a bargain.
In your town, a bargain.
Oh, for what you're getting. So no, I'm just kidding. No, it's a lot of money, but you really do get value for it. This is the entertainment capital of the world. We're now the capital of the world as far as food's concerned, the best gaming. I mean, we have it all.
Well, they're saying that this is now a family town, that it's just entertainment. Is this a family town?
No. We still have the mystique of the old days, and we never want to lose that. That's the thing that brings people here. If they wanted to go to have a family town, there's plenty for families to do, don't misunderstand me, but go down 150 miles to Disneyland if you want that kind of vacation. This is a good place to have a good time.
You say the mystique of the old days. You're talking about the infamous old days when the mob ran this town.
The days when people knew they were getting a bargain for their money. That's what I mean by it. The fact that when they came here, they knew they were going to be treated decently, they were going to be greeted, they were going to be treated warmly. That's what I mean by the old days.
Well, you defended many of those notorious mobsters back then. They're all gone now, right?
Reputed mobsters.
Reputed mobsters,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
None of them were ever convicted, Mr. Mayor?
Well, not when I was awake, okay?
Thank you very much for joining us here.
It's great.
A very Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Tom, Mayor Oscar Goodman, the new mayor of Las Vegas, the fastest growing city in the United States.
You're right about that.
That's true.
Thank you very much, NBC's Fred Francis. And the mayor had a very spirited campaign out there. A lot of people didn't want him to win. given his representation of some of the people in the past who did have slightly shady backgrounds, but nonetheless he did win. And performing tonight as well in Las Vegas is a man who's going through a revival. Carlos Santana, #1 hit song, and here he is in Las Vegas. Santana and Company in Las Vegas. Big revival, playing at the Hard Rock Cafe tonight here in Times Square in New York. The name of the song is The People Are Gone, But the Cleanup Begins. And NBC's Ann Curry is down in the middle of all of that right now.
Well, listen, Tom, I told you the cleanup crew was here, and voila, evidence. These guys have the job of cleaning up this mess. You guys, how are you going to do it?
One room at a time.
Have you guys been like sleeping in all day? Because it looks like you're going to be up all night.
They made us work around robin before this too. That's the city for you. But hey, we'll get it up. We'll get it up.
We still have a job after this. So what are you guys going to do to get started? I mean, there's stuff everywhere.
Gotta wait for all the people to leave, and then we just start sweeping.
I heard they're not all going to leave until maybe 7 o'clock this morning.
We've done that at the street with the garbage.
All right, well, you know what? You got to say these guys have a great sense of humor with the job that they have. And real quickly, here's some people who've been gathered. There still are lots of people. And maybe they're too excited to talk to us, but just really quickly, your thoughts for the new millennium?
Hope everybody can be happy and...
Safe world.
Exactly.
A safe world.
A safe world.
That's a good wish for this day. Thank you so much for talking to us. Tom, it's still happening down here. It's still pretty loud.
Thank you very much. Well, you've been a real trooper yourself there tonight, Ann Curry. Thank you for all of that. We want to remind you that we will have continuing coverage right through midnight in the Pacific time zone. In just a moment here, we're going to go to your local station so they can bring you up to date on the local news developments.
and we will have continuing coverage on this NBC station, also on MSNBC of the Millennium 2000. So far, it's worth repeating. Everything has gone off extremely well, not just here, but around the world. No Y2 glitches worth talking about. All the nuclear security seems to be in place in Russia and the United States. Airlines are flying safely tonight. No incidents whatsoever here at Times Square. Not even really any rowdy arrests. I mean, there were one or two, but when you have 2 million people, not many at all. We'll be back after this.
The following is a News Channel 2 special. Countdown 2000, sponsored by Staffworks of Vitulo Enterprise, Tops, Carbone Pontiac, and News Channel 2.
Good evening, I'm Heather Koval reporting live from the Turning Stone Casino in Verona. Well, we're about an hour and a half into the new year, and so far, no Y2K bug bites. However, we do have a story to tell you about that we've been working on. It's a developing story. As we first told you about on News Channel 2 at 11, 2 bridges that connect New York and Canada have been closed. It happened around 10 p.m. tonight. The closure is in the Alexandria Bay Area, about 2 hours north of Utica. Sources say U.S. Customs officials have been searching a car that they considered suspicious. Now, word is that they have found some bomb fiber materials. However, nothing explosive has been confirmed. A special Army unit from Fort Drum has been called in to help investigate tonight. Now, these bridges connect with the Wellesley Island and are one of the 2 of the busiest bridges in North New York. Now, of course, this is in the wake of the arrest of 2 suspected terrorists in Washington State and Vermont. We're keeping an eye on the story, and we'll definitely have the latest for you at on News Channel 2 at 6 and 11 tomorrow. Well, here at the Turning Stone Casino where I am, this is the convention center. Tonight, they're just cleaning up from a big event. The band Target played the night. They just wrapped up just right after 1. So at this point, they're closing up. However, at midnight, the balloons came down and fell. Everyone celebrated. We're going to see some video of that. We're looking at that right here. Any second now, they're counting down, and the balloons drop without a glitch. They cheered on. Actually, the people here at the casino say there have been no problems. The room key works for all of the hotels here. All of the gaming machines at the casino still work, and they haven't had any problems whatsoever. Now, over in Oriskany, David Gaines is at the Oneida County Y2K Command Center. Earlier tonight, he spoke with Oneida County Executive Ralph Yennis, and he says so far so good.
Thanks a lot, Heather. Still holding down the fort here in Oriskany at the County 911 Center, where, as we told you before, just after the clock struck midnight, that things are pretty much low-key here. As we had anticipated, no major problems inside, and certainly there were plenty of officials on hand to confirm that, from NYMO to the DOT to the state police. And the one main official who has been helping to keep you informed all the way through, of course, is County Executive Ralph Yennis. Thanks a lot for being here with us tonight.
David, it's a pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and to all of viewers.